All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Joe Fitzwater here, and we are going to be hopefully doing more of these videos coming up. This is something that I really enjoy doing. I love doing Facebook Lives. We do it over on the Storm Tracker 59 page when we do have severe weather, of course, going on. But just talking about the weather pattern and things like this, I think this would be a lot of fun to talk about. This is kind of a prototype, if you will, to this. So this is kind of a basic layout of how this is going to be done. If you have any suggestions as far as the display and things like that, if you think the audio is an issue or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback to make this as good of an experience for you all as possible, because at the end of the day, it's for you guys more than anything else. So again, anything that you can think of that you might think could make this experience a little bit better as far as the Facebook Lives, please let me know. I think these will be held to probably about 10 minutes or so, but it just kind of depends on what's going on. And we do have a pretty interesting weather pattern going on right now, and then we're going to have a pretty decent and interesting change as we head into next week that's really going to start to switch things up. So let's take a look at what's going on. And the clouds have hung out really tough across the eastern half of the state of West Virginia here today. So we've got temperatures that are held down into the 60s. It is 64 degrees. I'm going to pause this just for a second. So it is 12:30 this afternoon, in case you're watching this when it's not live. It is 12:30 in the afternoon, and it is 64 degrees in Beckley, or in Lewisburg. It is 65 in Beckley. It's 61 degrees in Bluefield. So that's pretty crazy, right? This is some very cool air that's in place with these clouds, these mid to low level clouds, just kind of keeping any kind of heating from taking place. Now, where the sun has popped back up, we're back up into the mid 70s up toward Charleston. We're at 73 in Pineville. We're at 74 in Sutton, 72 in Logan. So these temperatures are going to start to climb as these clouds work their way out of the region. They're very slowly doing so. We're going to zoom out just for a minute. This satellite will take a second to catch up, so bear with it here because there's a lot of data kind of loading at once here. But essentially, this is part of this trough that has been hanging really tough in the area over the last couple of days. That's kept those temperatures down. We've had a lot of showers down toward, let's say, parts of Giles County, Monroe County there in the southeastern corner of the state, and these are going to work their way out of the area. So these showers will be gone here over the next couple of hours. And we look back to the west. I'm going to pause this once again. We actually have some isolated storms that have popped up across parts of central Kentucky, and those will try to meander their way closer to our region here as we head into the afternoon. So an isolated storm or two is possible. And why are we seeing that? Well, if we turn this off, we turn the radar off, and we look at some of the things that's going on. So we have air temperatures. I have the temperatures overlaid right now in the mid-80s in parts of central Kentucky. So we've seen a lot of heating taking place. Dew point values are up into the upper 60s and close to 70 degrees. So we're actually seeing a lot of juice here in the atmosphere farther back to the west across parts of Kentucky and Indiana. So this is a look at kind of the juice that's available for storms. Notice there's not much of it available here. But back into parts of Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio, there is a lot of juice. So with that being said, we could see an isolated storm or two this afternoon, mainly in our western counties, as that instability axis kind of scoots a little closer to our region. But again, for now, a lot of us are very cool, and it's very cloudy, and that will continue to be the case. The sun will slowly return from west to east. Again, if I pop that back up, the western half of the state right now is completely clear, basically. Just a few fair weather cumulus clouds back to the west, and then farther back to the east, the clouds are hanging rather thick. So let's take a look, though, because we do have some pattern changes that are going to be looking at. I see Sam on here. What are we looking at for Fayette County? If you got anything specific as far as time frame, Sam, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer that for you. But basically, what I want to do is I want to take a look at a little bit of a wider perspective, because we have a change in the overall pattern that's going to be taking place here. And if you're somebody like me that's going to be going to the West Virginia the State Fair of West Virginia, for example, this could be something you might want to pay attention to, because this pattern is going to be taking place right in time for the State Fair. I'm really stoked about the State Fair. I'm going to be over at the Zach Top concert on Sunday with evening anchor Rivers Upchurch. We're both country music fans, so looking forward to that. Again, Sam, if you want to ask about a little more specifically about what you're looking at for Fayette County, whether it's for this afternoon, tonight, or looking ahead, I'll be sure to answer that for you. So again, if we take a look, this is what we call an anomaly match. Basically, where you see the bright reds here, the orangish red, that is where we have much warmer conditions. Notice in our neck of the woods, we're not seeing this. It's pretty plain right now. But as we move along in time, we're going to start to see a ridge of high pressure develop. And that is going to bring some much warmer conditions back into the area, especially up across New England, but including in our region here as we head toward this weekend and then into next week. And this is going to kind of lock in for a few days here. So it's not anything too crazy, but this is much warmer than where we've been over the last several days. So again, as we head into next week, that means temperatures are going to climb. So we can take a look at some raw model outputs. Again, don't take this for gospel, but it gives you an idea of the kind of temperatures that we're going to be looking at. So we can take a look at this. I'm going to right-click this so that you can see this. So we're seeing temperatures likely pushing back up into the mid to upper 80s. Here as we head into next week. So yeah, the summer-like pattern is going to be making a return here as we get toward the weekend into next week. It's not going to be oppressive. It's not going to be anything too crazy. Dew point values are not going to be too high. Again, those levels won't be anything too bad, but it is going to feel more summer-like here as we head toward next week. I think the overall pattern, though, is going to be a mainly dry one. Let's take a look at this real quickly, and then, Sam, I'll get to your question here in just a second. But we look at this from a long-term perspective here. We head into Thursday. This area of high pressure is off to our north and east, and that kind of creates some sinking down over the mountains. And so we'll keep those temperatures a little bit cooler once again on Thursday out toward the Greenbrier River Valley. It will be much warmer back to the west with some isolated storms possible, similar to today. Friday, kind of the same song and dance, but this high-pressure system weakens. And so as it weakens, the chance for rain also weakens to go along with that. We head into Saturday and Sunday, again, mainly quiet this weekend. Those temperatures are going to start to climb as that high pressure remains to our east. This is a pretty quiet pattern overall for the State Fair until we get toward around Wednesday and Thursday. We'll have a few scattered showers and storms, but this does not look like a washout by any stretch here. So this is a good-looking pattern ahead if you are planning on going to the State Fair, West Virginia. Of course, it's the 100th, so I feel like you got to go to the 100th, right? Because who wants to say they didn't go to the 100th when the opportunity was there? I'm not going to make it to the 200th, so I think that's pretty cool that this opportunity is here. And I think the weather overall is going to be pretty good for it. So again, here at home, the clouds are slowly eroding. They're going to work their way out of the region, and then we'll start to see some improvements taking place. So Sam asking specifically about Fayette County. Still got some clouds hanging there in Fayette County right now, but these are going to start to really exit over the next hour or two. And so as a result, temperatures are really going to climb. We take a look at temperatures right now. Again, we're stuck in the 60s where we've had the clouds. We're in the 70s where we've had the sunshine. In general, temperatures are going to be up into the 80s by this weekend, so going to be a lot warmer as we get towards Saturday, Sunday, and then the start of next week. And then as we head into the following week, those temperatures in the 80s are looking likely to remain the same. Sam also saying the pressure has been killing my sinuses. That could also be the pollen as well. Pollen levels are up right now. I noticed that actually yesterday. So just be aware that that's something that's going to be running high over the next few days. And as we head towards September and October, that's not uncommon to see some of those pollen levels, specifically like ragweed and things like that, running a little bit higher. So again, don't want to extend these too long. Again, if you guys have any suggestions on how to make this better, if you're watching it after the fact, shoot me a comment. Let me know. I'm going to be uploading these on my YouTube page as well. We're not going to be doing these every day, but I do hope to do these a few times a week as I kind of have a chance to sit down and just kind of talk for a few minutes about the weather. Kind of gets me in the right mindset heading into work as well. So appreciate the folks that have come in and watched this. And again, hope to be doing more of these here in the future. Of course, I'll be live this evening on 59 News at 5, 6, 10, and 11. You can watch that Monday through Friday, of course. Then I'll be on there. Meteorologist Bradley Wells is on there in the morning at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and noon. And then we have John Marcy on the weekends, so you can check him out. And then, of course, meteorologist Matt Cassidy fills in on the side. to go along with that. So we have a great team, and we hope you'll tune in. Have a good one, guys.